Ja, dazu willkommen zurück zur neuen Folge von Vampyr. Im letzten Part sind wir hier stehen geblieben, nachdem wir in der Leichenhalle waren. Und sich Mr. Goswick hoffentlich vielleicht erholen wird. Von seiner Schöpfung. Und Clay Cox könnten wir eigentlich auch behandeln. Hat ja auch die Schöpfung. Ich wollte hier noch einen Raum besprechen. Zum Beispiel den Patienten hier. Heißt, wenn wir mit denen reden können? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Hier vorne haben wir. Ich glaube, mit der Schwester hatte ich schon gesprochen. Nachdenken, schon ist auch noch eine Patientin, mit der wir noch nicht gesprochen haben. Hier ist doch da drin. Komm ich da rein? Nö. Da komme ich nicht rein. Ja, kann nicht mehr sicher, wenn wir jetzt das letzte Mal neue Informationen gesammelt hatten. Verletzung verantwortlich dafür am Kriegs. Ja, schon. Vampyr-Syndrom. Also, Halluzination. Das ist ein Spion. Dann hat natürlich mir auch gerade erfahren, was letztes Mal gesprochen haben mit denen.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Aber wir können jetzt Glück alle noch mal ansprechen. Mal schauen, ob wir jetzt wirklich nichts mehr hatten.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Ich hatte ihn eigentlich schon gesprochen gehabt.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Okay. Das ist interessant. Das mit denen könnten wir handeln. Milton. Ja, das hatten wir ja schon nicht so gute Eindrücke gehabt. Und sein zweifelhaften Ruf.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Kann man verstehen, dass nicht alles so schön ist.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Ja, soweit wissen wir es auch.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Okay, dann haben wir eine neue Nebenaufgabe.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Okay, sonst haben wir keine
I'd
Fragen.
like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Was hatten wir da so? Schrotflinte und Einzelteile. Und natürlich Munition. Die brauchen wir jetzt alles nicht.
And I thought last summer's epidemic.
Okay. Apotheke, Garten im Endhof. Und jetzt wegen der Behandlung gefragt. Stimmt, da war ja noch was. Hat mir eine fehlerhafte Diagnose erkannt. Beziehungsweise eine Mordvertuschung. Na, wo ist der überhaupt? War doch dort vorne noch hier draußen irgendwo. Dort. Ah, da kommt er schon.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Ja, jetzt. Mit was kommen wir am besten weiter? Den, das sich verantwortungslos verhält, oder mit dem, das sich die Schwester Sorgen macht? Ich gehe jetzt einfach mal mit der Schwester.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Ja, das hat sie schon mal gesagt.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Okay. Was war es noch mit den grünen Sachen? Ich hab's verdrängt. Ist schon zu lange aus. Na, wir fragen mal den
I
Graf.
will cover for you, Dr. Tibbets, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Okay. Dann fehlt nur noch ein Hinweis. Dann sind wir bei der maximalen Bildqualität.
What is the Pembroke Hospital
Ja,
situation?
das wollte ich nicht.
And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Hier fehlt uns noch ein Hinweis. Und hier haben wir einen.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there by the sea. Read poetry and wait for death.
Ja, natürlich.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Hört sich ja nach einem entspannten Leben an. Okay. Das hatten wir soweit. Da müssen wir zum Befehlsstand. Das ist ein Hinterhof. Wo ist das genau? Das ist hier. Da können wir eigentlich auch noch vorbeischauen. Kann man hier eigentlich auch raus? Ja, doch, komm. Was sagen? Noch Kisten. Nicht mit. Okay. Ich glaube, er meint die Gegner hier, von denen er angegriffen wurde. Also diese... Genau, hier ist ein Skeks. Okay. Denke ich so. Am Patienten ist hier nichts mehr übrig. Fotografie in einer Brieftasche. Das Foto eines verliebt lächelnden Pärchens. Auf der Rückseite steht Milton und Piper.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Ja, das sind ja nützliche Informationen, die wir da bekommen haben. Und was wir da noch rausbekommen. Von den beiden. Ja. Bleiben Sie zu Hause. Influenza. Häufig von Lungenentzündungen begleitet. Bleiben Sie zu Hause, um die spanische Grippe in jedem Fall zu vermeiden. Ja. Ja, stimmt, ich wollte ja noch als Schöpfung, also Antierschöpfung herstellen. Da geben wir ihm seine Brieftasche zurück.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money And a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Ja, kann ich verstehen.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Beziehung kann auch schon wieder zu Ende gehen, wenn die Krise vorbei ist.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Hat recht, wahrscheinlich noch viel schlimmere gebrauchen.
Goodbye, Milton.
Und trotzdem interessante Informationen, die wir sicher bei Pepper noch verwenden. Wissen die? Kann ich sie aktivieren?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Oder auch nicht. Ah doch.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ja. Ja. Dachte, vielleicht kommen wir da noch mal irgendwelche Hinweise ran. Sag mich trotzdem mal mit, was hier noch rumliegt. Okay, ja. Sehe, wieso nicht? Gehen wir mal schon hier rein. War hier nicht noch eine Tür? Scheinbar ist die weg. Mittel gegen Erschöpfung. Oder ist das der schnelle Ausgang? Nö. Eigentlich würde es Fenster haben sollten. Na egal. Ist hier irgendwo? Hier.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Ja, natürlich. Wollen wir mal.
Do you
So.
ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favor.
Derzeit überlebt man um jeden Preis.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Moment, hier ging das noch mit dem Behandeln. Das hat verdrängt. Wir werden es auch erst noch müssen. Nee, das wollte ich nicht. Das wollte ich nicht. Das noch nicht.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
Irgendwann müssen wir alle gerade stehen.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
Ja, ist okay. Wieder ein bisschen mehr erfahren.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Ja, kann ich ihn nicht sprechen. Dr. Tippett. Das Gönnerin. Ja, okay, ich glaube, ich habe sonst. Ich weiß nicht, mit was die gesprochen. Das glaube ich nicht, dass wir jetzt noch mehr Hinweise haben. Von dem her. Ich nehme jetzt Swansea.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Yeah, okay. Hier ein lebendes Paradox.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Muss ich eigentlich entschuldigen.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Ja, natürlich. Okay. Allerdings würde ich sagen, wir jetzt hier weitermachen. Ich habe an der Stelle auch schon beenden. Ich danke euch fürs Zusehen. Lasst eine Bewertung da, was euch gefallen hat. Wenn nicht das sollte, könnt ihr gerne ein Abo lassen. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge von Vampyr wieder. Ciao.